What is going on, everyone? Happy, what is today? Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't know. I never really pay attention to the days. Happy November 1st, my fellow Bitcoiners. What's going on? Oh, man. And my Facebook Live just went out for some reason. I don't know. I have an idea. It's because we're talking about crypto, I'm telling you. Oh, they could shut it all the way down. Oh, well. All right, so Facebook Live just went down. We're just going straight to YouTube today. What is going on, everybody? What's going on, Antonio? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it is. Welcome back to the Gym Into Crypto, everyone. Episode 36, I believe. Is that where we're at? Good gracious. Crypto Q now, what's going on? Hey, happy 6.6K, that's right. Welcome back to Gym Into Crypto. Of course, we bridge the community in crypto. What's going on, Simitri? I'm King, as you know, fellow host, Bitcoin Zay. He's in North Carolina still, so we're separated, handling business across the states here. But yeah, a lot going on today. We're definitely going to jump right into it. First, I do want to talk about the free Bitcoin and everything for the last few days. So right now on the list, we owe 5 people free Bitcoin, including yesterday's, because of public addresses. So Camel Hen, got your new public address. I saw this morning. Alpha Robbins, got your new public address. So saw that as well this morning. Ariel, saw your new public address as well. So I'm going to send all that after the video. For the 2 days ago, the winner, I saw James Sullivan. You actually won that. So 2 days ago, I asked where's a good place that we think that's going to be the next sanctuary place for Bitcoin, or eventually be the main one. Ariel, you had a great one too when you said, I believe it was Switzerland, because you said they take all the money, which is true, so I'm with you on that. But we gave it to James Sullivan. He said the Netherlands. He was like, they're open-minded, they love nudity, prostitution, and drugs. So he said, why not love crypto? I didn't even know that about the Netherlands, but seeing everything they do love, everything that's illegal, or I mean illegal in the States at least, I do see where crypto can come in handy there. So gave that to you. And then the winner from yesterday's from Bitcoin Zay video is the P-Man Van. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And he said, or she, I'm not sure, they said 2X will be a lot less of a disturbance than we think. I think the price will get over $7,000. It will come down after people collect their free coins. They said, I would imagine we'll get close to the last resistance point around 5,000. I don't think it's going to get that low. I'm thinking 5,400, 5,300, but I mean, that's pretty close to 5,000. And then they said, yeah, cheers. So I got that Bitcoin address for you. So we got, what, 5 people will be sending the free Bitcoin to after the video. So thanks for the comments, people. Keep up the comments, keep them up. We give them out, not a lot. We only give out a little bit, but, increases the value over time. And we do it so people understand how to use it and get Bitcoin as well, small amount as their introduction. Especially if everybody keeps sending the wrong public addresses. It sounds like we need to keep doing this. So that's a good thing. In other news, though, of course, I mean, I didn't pop the bottles today because Bitcoin Zay isn't here. You said everybody eats beer. There we go, A-Dub. What's going on? I'm not popping the bottles since Bitcoin Zay isn't here. And because at this point, we might be walking around in a drunken stupor. We're always popping the bottle for Bitcoin all-time high. I think we said next time we do it would be 10K. But yes, I clocked it in like an hour or so ago. I did a Facebook post. And I clocked in Bitcoin's all-time high at $6,607. Wow. So that means even if you just started watching this yesterday and you bought Bitcoin, as of right now, no one can say they lost money in Bitcoin, all right? Now, if you want to take your profits and get on out there, do it. But you can't say, it was a failed experiment of you investing, because right now, everybody who's invested in Bitcoin didn't short it's a winner. What's crazy is that people are still shorting Bitcoin. Don't short the money badger, the honey badger. I'm calling it the money badger, but don't short the honey badger Bitcoin. We look at that every day, the shorts and longs and future prices and all that. And people are getting destroyed by shorting Bitcoin. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm talking hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars people are getting liquidated for, and it's absurd. Like, once again, I saw Bitcoin Zay video yesterday. He was talking about how we incorporate, TA and FA, technical analysis and fundamental analysis. He's definitely more of the technical analysis side, and I won't say more. He's like just about all the technical analysis side of the house. What's going on, P-Man Van? I'm not sure if you saw, you won yesterday, so got your address. We'll be sending that to you. What's going on, Crypto Q? Yeah, selling now is insanity. That's what Crypto Q said, yeah. So Bitcoin Zay is more the technical analysis. I get TA from him as well as various other sources. FA is what I'm really good at because, like I always tell people, I can know people everywhere. So it's good to have that input from across the across the globe that can give me that what they're seeing, what they're hearing about different companies. But the point is, behind all that, is all the TA in the world could not put us at this price point today. Period. I know, once again, I know Bitcoin, they talked about yesterday, and I talked about it the day before. But with CME, them coming in to do the whole futures with Bitcoin stuff, nobody can predict that. We're going to talk about that in a moment too. But my point is, you can do TA all you want. If some news story come out, if a new company decides to hop on board out the blue, because that's the best way to do business. You don't tell everybody your every business move. You can't predict it. So yeah, Honey Badger, hey, we're going to keep on pushing. But Bitcoin all-time high today. Everyone should be in a good mood, great mood, happy. And one last thing I'll say about the price of Bitcoin. We'll get to it in a moment. But when SegWit 2X does roll around, when they're trying to do whatever here in the next few weeks, if you are heavily invested, people, I will highly suggest you take off a day or two of work, possibly even 3 days work if you still work. I would say take off the day before, the day of, and the day after, because no one knows what's going to happen with the price. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be a lot of volatility. You can set buy and sell orders, as well. But that kind of, when it's this volatile, it kind of almost takes away from money you could make, because that sell order or that buy order can hit and the price changes again in the next hour or two. So if you are heavily invested in Bitcoin, or you day trade and you still have a job as well, I highly suggest taking off work. November 16th, thanks to Cure. So November 15th, 16th, and 17th, I highly suggest taking off of work for the SegWit 2X stuff, just to see what's going on and to make sure you're by your computer or laptop where you can bounce on some trades if you need to. Let's see. So yeah, going back to CME, of course, I said, I believe, what day is it, somebody? What day is it? I don't know the day, seriously. I mean, I really don't keep up with it. But a couple days ago, I mentioned the CME thing. I know Bitcoin is 800 yesterday, but once again, you said, Samisha, CME, won't they take control and manipulate the prices? For futures, yes, they can manipulate future pricing, but we've already saw with just Bitcoin Go. The futures had that thing at I think $700 or whatever, and it's sitting at 150 right now. Once again, they can try to do all that they want. It's about who actually owns it, who's buying and selling the stuff that they own. Futures is just a prediction. Now, you talk about speculative. That's always speculative. I mean, granted, they're using a lot of analysis. It's the best people in the world working on it, especially at CME, but it is still highly speculative. They can guess the price is going to go here and there, but that's counting on people like you all or people like myself continuing to buy or starting to sell. That's what their speculation is based off on. And just like them, CME can come out with a futures price or what they predict and sell it at this point and try to manipulate the market. But all it literally takes is a new company to come in with a new idea to incorporate Bitcoin or blockchain technology, and that will change the entire outlook. So I don't think the manipulation is going to be too bad, especially early on, unless you're in the futures market. Now, if you're trading in the futures market, then yes, you are dealing with a different beast because they have a lock on them. But as far as actually owning some of these different crypto assets, digital assets, then I don't think it's going to manipulate that much. No. But yeah, so once again, a few days ago, they just launched their Bitcoin futures. And Bloomberg, this is where the prices come from today, people. Bloomberg came out today and made a statement. I'm telling you, Donald Trump, I don't think it's going to happen this year. He will say it next year, and the price will skyrocket again. But Bloomberg News, for some of those who watch, I know overseas it's pretty big. Here in the States it's pretty big as well too, but I usually try to catch it a few episodes live in the mornings, at least for 30 minutes or whatever, see what's going on. But they came out and said that describing the impact of the largest exchange owner, which is CME, offering futures trading by the end of 2017 because they're starting in the fourth quarter. Bloomberg stated that the floodgates have now been opened. The floodgate. Bloomberg used the word the floodgates when talking about Bitcoin, people. This is huge. You talk about institutional investors and accredited investors, all these people, they don't listen to people like myself and Bitcoin say, we don't know what we're talking about. We're just lucky all the time. But they do listen to people like Bloomberg who are just now getting in the game talking about Bitcoin. But they have just stated the floodgates are now opening because the floodgates have been opened. And they also stated that Bitcoin is going legit for better or worse. Once again, they're saying it's going legit. My little Facebook blurb I put earlier, you know, for those who don't know, I have been in the military the last 5 years. Last year, and actually the year before, but last year it was just like, hey, this is what you're going to do next. We're going to stay in. Offered a job at the Pentagon, had a position there. I mean, cushy job, lined up. Life would have been great. And I told, you know, my higher ups, a couple admirals and stuff that, you know, I was getting out the military to go full-time crypto, and you should have saw the way they looked at me. like it was almost like no disrespect to me because, you know, I had a great relationship, but they looked at me like I was crazy and just did not understand. So to me, I almost take Bloomberg and some of these other sources saying like, you know, it's legit for better or worse. Oh, thanks, appreciate it. Yep, public affairs, Crypto Q. I'm taking you in the military if you know that, or used to be. But since they said it's legit and stuff, the only problem I have with that is you're telling other professionals who have left, like even Antonio, I know he's over in the UK. He said, you know, he stopped working full time. He does crypto full time. You're telling other professionals all of a sudden that, well, we've been doing the past year, you know, Bitcoin is past 4 years, still past 2 years, whatever. However long you've been doing it, you're saying that it hasn't been legit until this time. Whatever, really don't care. I think it's kind of messed up, but it's funny because that message was for all the sheep out there who are scared to make their own moves, which I applaud and I love because as we saw today, price skyrocketed again this morning after that. So once again, talking about fundamental analysis, Bloomberg also stated, you know, the move from CME was an unexpected one, especially since CME had already stated they had no plans to launch Bitcoin integration at all. So once again, people, hey, what's going on, Jamal J? Got the key to see. So once again, it kind of goes back to Dinosaur, Diamond, and JP Morgan and all that stuff. Once again, I know Bitcoin's hit on it yesterday, but it's so monumental. I got to get back on it today as well. Bradley said AK before the fork. Wait, I hope so. So I know we're kind of double hitting and stuff, but I want to make sure you understand how big this is because this is how businesses operate. They're not going to tell you, hey, we're thinking about, what's going on, John? They're not going to say, hey, we're thinking about getting into this and that. They're going to lead you astray, same as Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase. They're going to say it's fraud, it's fake. CME said they had no plans to integrate Bitcoin or anything into it. And then all of a sudden they did it. Blink of an eye. They just come out Monday, Tuesday and say, oh, you know, actually, I know what we said, but this is what we're actually doing. So that's business. And yeah, I mean, it's just huge. Between that and then Bloomberg coming out literally a couple of days later to also say, hey, yeah, this is becoming legit now for better or worse. The floodgates are open. Huge news for the community, people. It means we're going in a positive direction. Yeah, I guess CME were saying, you know, they said the client hunger craze. That's what I'm reading on one of these articles. They said the client hunger craze to get in is what made them change their mind. They said, they quoted, giving increasing client interest in evolving cryptocurrency markets, we have decided to introduce a Bitcoin futures contract. And that was Terry Duffy, the chairman and CEO. And they say as the world's largest regulated FX marketplace, CME Group is a natural home for this new vehicle that will provide investors with transparency, price discovery, and risk transfer capabilities. The reason why I read that quote is because what's important is what you're going to start seeing next from the business point of view. That's why I do remember Dinosaur's Day was, yep, Crypto Q. What's important to note about that comment, though, is this is the next step where you're about to see companies doing. Traditional companies, the ones who didn't believe in Bitcoin, it was all against it the last few years. What you're about to see happen now is they're about to start staking their claim. I heard Tom Bayes reading an article about CME and futures to be settled by USDA cash, not through Bitcoin. Yeah, they'll probably be settled through cash. That makes sense too. People more likely that are going with the futures, especially with CME, they're going to want their money back in dollars. So they're not going to want it back in Bitcoin because they don't really fully believe in it. They just want to make money off it, which is fine, whatever. More for us. We always say that. But what's important with these CEOs and these companies, what I want you to understand, is that they're about to start coming out some late fourth quarter, but guaranteed next year it's going to be a huge thing. They're going to start staking ownership. That's what CME just did if you read in between lines. As Jamal was asking me, which y'all got me in the chat, as Jamal was asking me, he was like, public affairs, I did PR for the military people, and it's all about ownership. So what they're saying is, as the world's largest regulated FX marketplace, CME Group is the natural home. Listen to those words. They're trying to put out there to those accredited investors, to those institutional investors, like, hey, you know, this is what we do. We're the home for this. This is our Bitcoin and blockchain, all this crypto stuff. This is our home for it. Expect banks to do that next year, end of this year, next year. Expect to hear it again. Bank of America CEO, Chase, All these guys are going to be coming out. You know, this is the natural place for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading here with us. That's going to be the rhetoric you're going to start hearing. That's going to be the talking points you're going to start hearing. And it makes sense because people who still don't know about it, who are just getting into it, that's going to be the first thing they hear. And they're actually going to be saying and like, oh, well, CME is the first place I saw it at. What is it? Bank of America, Chase. This is the first people I saw it at and hear talking about it, and with them staking that ownership. So just remember that because that's going to play into a lot of their business strategies going into 2018 and throughout 2018 as well. So keep that in the back of your head. What else do we have today? Let's see. The Italian Bitcoin community came out and said they are not with the SegWit 2X either. They said no 2X. Italian Bitcoin community, a member representative came out and said, with the present document, other important members of the Italian Bitcoin community decided to share the same position, reaffirming their complete opposition to every attempt to change the Bitcoin protocol in a rushed, irresponsible, and contentious way. That is like undisputable. It is being rushed, it is irresponsible, and it is in a contentious way. Political in its nature and without any technological motivation. So yeah, I mean, I love it. Once again, we're seeing communities come out, exchanges come out, miners come out, saying that, you know what, no 2X, everything is going good right now. We understand there's some growing pains with scaling. It should be growing pains. No one expected no one expected the adoption that's happened this year at all. I know we didn't. Our price points were totally different from some of the things we do in our business, but it happened, people. With that being said, you know what? Everyone understands growing pains, and we want to continue on this path to see what happens. We don't want to switch to an entire new protocol with SegWit 2X. So Italian Bitcoin community came out and said that, and I applaud them for saying that. Once again, you know, I applaud anybody that takes a position in general instead of just staying in the middle of the road. So yeah, thanks to them. Let's see. Oh, 2X futures. Speaking of which, so whatever day this is, not yesterday, day before, whenever I was on, I believe that was Monday. Yeah, so Monday, today must be Wednesday. So Monday, when I was talking about the futures price of the SegWit 2X, as far as the trading, how we're going to trade it, you know, we were saying that some people were saying it might be equal to Bitcoin, which I didn't think that was going to happen, but I did say it probably would go over $1,000. And you say I read about Zimbabwe and they are buying Bitcoin for 10. Yeah, Zimbabwe is buying it for like 10K, and a couple other smaller countries who I can't think of off the top of my head. But there's a couple that's buying them for like 8,000 or 9,000 already as well. But anyway, so right now 2X futures, so SegWit 2X, you know, the new one that's rolling November 16, are currently trading at about $1,200, up 15%. Once again, in line with Bitcoin's price surge as well, over the $6,600 mark. But again, people, so we got the futures of SegWit 2X at 1,200. We talked about this the other day. Once again, from a trading standpoint and a business standpoint, this does have more institutional support behind it. You know, all the corporate suits are behind it, trying to push it and make it successful. Therefore, I expect to see a very similar thing as Bitcoin Cash happen, where it won't be an immediate drop. I mean, people are going to be selling it, don't get me wrong. But everybody won't be able to get on the exchanges or sell however method they use. So that price will be stabilized for, I think, a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as high as 1,200. It'll probably stabilize around $700 or $800 for a while. I know I am too, Jamal J. But my point is this. Bitcoin Gold didn't get this high. This is more in line with Bitcoin Cash was at. Same type of backing, actually even more backing behind it, which means it should be a huge payday November 16th. If all goes well. Once again, we don't know what's going to happen, but all you can do is align yourself and get in position for the win. Now, after November 16th, and even before then, because I mean, it's still a long time away. We see what can happen in 2 days, but after November 16th, expect that retrace, expect the correction, because people will be selling into a profit. It's about to be holiday season, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, people are traveling. I got Bitcoin Zay flying everywhere. He going to different cities. I'm over here looking for a new place. I'm about to move out of here and, you know, moving on up a little bit, but going to the big blockchain. So my point is, expect people to take profit after the mass sales of 2X on the 16th and 17th, which is why I said you're in this game heavy. You might want to take a few days off work so you're prepared for whatever way the market goes. And then I think it'll settle down probably for about a good, I'll say anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, honestly, before we start seeing that price come back up toward the end of the year with the holidays. And then, of course, for the new year, when Bitcoin's official birthday being released, January 3rd, we'll see that price increases then as well. So once again, if you're investing in it and you're not just holding long-term, ignoring it, make sure you're paying attention every day because it's going down. Let's see. Oh, Monaco. Oh, my goodness. People had so many high hopes for Monaco. You know, we swing traded that, so we, you know, made money, bought and sell. We didn't hold on any long term. But Monaco came out today, and look where we at right here. Oh, okay. So you might know Monaco. They were saying they're going to have a prepaid debit card that can link your digital assets. So basically, you can link, you know, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all this great stuff. You can use it. It's going to help exactly, Symmetry. Monaco, you go scam. You know where I'm going with this. But basically, Monaco, and you know, I won't say they're entire, but the brunt of their business plan, their ICO, and all that just came out. Yeah, everybody's like, no, not Monaco. Yes, Monaco, people. The scams are everywhere. Well, I won't say scam, but I'm calling it fraud. But they, you know, their thing behind their ICO, what made everybody want to buy it was that hey, we had this debit card that we're going to link to crypto accounts, and you can use it in any store you go to. All right, so that was like the huge news about a month ago. I'm losing track of time. I told you I don't even know what day it is. It was about a month ago. However, now their stock is plunging, or I would say their token. I can't say their stock. It's not stock market. But their token is plunging after a code rewrite removed a key aspect from its roadmap. Can we guess what key aspect that was in the roadmap? I will tell you. It was the ability to sync digital assets with the prepaid debit card. The one thing everybody bought into Monaco for. No one bought into you, Monaco, for another prepaid debit card. Like, do you understand how ridiculous that sounds in the crypto space? After saying very short-sighted. The P-Man band, I don't know how to pronounce that, but perfect. They said it's very short-sighted. I didn't catch the whole comment, but they basically said it was, actually, since I'm not on Facebook, hold on, people. Let me open up my video thing so I can see you guys' comments. But the P-Man just said it was very short-sighted because once you mess up your name in crypto, this community is so small, people starting to know each other, get to know each other and everything. You mess up your name one time for some money, you're done. Miho, Donahue, what's going on? Yeah, so once you mess up, once you know, you're known as one of those scam artists or you're doing negative stuff in the space, you're done, people. Like, especially with social media these days, like, trust me, I screenshot so many tweets and like save articles and stuff because I don't want to forget about these companies and these people 3 to 5 to 10 years down the road when they come back around for their double dipping in the scam pot, all right? I want to make sure I remember them. But yeah, it's very short-sighted. And that, it's not just Monaco doing it, it's a lot of other people, but let's get back to it. So at the same time of them announcing the code rewrite, they also announced that Visa would be its partner for the prepaid rollout. You said, Vince, I'm not sure what Vincent is. Do you use the Cliff Eye report in your analysis? We use the Cliff Eye report. What's going on rainy days? We use the Cliff Eye report more for it's kind of not necessarily confirmation, but more confirmation. Like, we get a lot of reports, a lot of analysis from different sources. We do our own as well in-house. We have people who help us with it in-house as well. And then what we'll do, we'll just go around and compare all that. All right, where are we at? We're looking at pricing. Who did so-and-so? We know so-and-so very well. What did he say? He's been trading for like 3 or 4 years. This group over here, they've been trading, you know, with Wells for last year. What did they say? What did we come up with on my own? What did Bitcoin Zay come up with on his own? All right, what did Cliff High say? Everybody. And then we'll have like we'll do this like round robin after like a day or a couple of days, whatever. We'll sync up and then we'll kind of game plan from there. But anyway, so back to Monaco, who decided to rewrite their code and remove the key aspect of syncing the digital assets to their prepaid debit card. Not only did they do that, but they also partner with Visa as the issuing partner. This is the crazy thing. Oh, and then they said this asset smart contract scheme would no longer feature in its future. Here's the crazy thing. If we wanted a Visa prepaid debit card, we would just go get a Visa prepaid debit card. We wouldn't get you, Monaco, who is a brand new company trying to utilize brand new technology with an old way of working. That is pointless. So what they just did, in fact, let me finish that. Oh yeah, I'll go. So what they just did is like they just defrauded customers. They literally just defrauded customers, like, and clients, investors, all of it, and that's illegal. And this goes back to me, what I've been saying about the government, and I guess the Treasury Department has the new It's either Treasury Department, SEC, whatever. They have the new what is it? Cyber unit, SEC cyber unit that's going after crypto and Bitcoin stuff. It's like, no, these are the people if you're gonna go after anybody, since you're clearly not going in-house with the banks because you all work together. But if you're gonna go after somebody, go after these companies. Like, this is a scam right in front. You raise how many millions of dollars telling people that you're gonna sync a digital, a Visa prepaid, or not Visa, you're gonna sync a prepaid debit card to cryptocurrency, which people would like that. Whoever does do that the right way first, or come out whenever with it the right way, they're gonna blow up because everybody does want that. So for them to come out, have their entire roadmap, white paper, all this stuff, pointing in that direction, saying this is what the money's for, this is what we're going to do, to go the complete opposite direction, that is fraud. That is fraud. And you know what, people? You might not be able to sue the banks anymore since they did this little underground deal with the Senate last Thursday or Friday night, but you can still form a class action lawsuit and go after companies like Monaco. So I want to make sure people understand that, like, they're not free from getting, what's the word I'm looking for? You can take them to court, basically, all right? And you should. If you were one of those people that lost a ton of money, I think their stock plummeted like 40%. So if you're one of the people who are a bag holder of that, find other people. Go on the message boards, go on the forums, find other people and go after them. I mean, there's probably lawyers that will take the case pro bono just so they can get a percentage off the win. But what they did is fraud, and that's the problem in the space right now. In the explanatory video, I can't talk today for nothing, people. In the explanatory video, CEO Chris Marszalek said that legal and commercial concerns has led to the decision. Again, the reason why I talk about my past as far as military career and what I'm doing now is because they're talking about legal and commercial concerns. We've alluded to this in the show before. We've faced off with banks already, people. I've already talked to lawyers and the arbitration, all that stuff you get into space. So for them to act like they're the only people that are facing regulation head on, that's wrong. And then for them to change their entire game plan because of what they did, because of legal and commercial concerns, which sounds to me like regulation, again, it is wrong. And then to take it even a step further, which I really feel like they spat in all their investors' faces, everyone who actually believed in that project. To make matters worse, they partnered with Visa. Like, don't get me wrong. I keep saying a lot of these, a lot of these older businesses and these businesses been around for a while. They're doing something right to stay around this long. Now, whether it's morally right or whatever, I don't know. But to have anything that lasts for 30 years, 40 years, 100 years, they're doing something right. But still, if we wanted to partner with Visa, we would have partnered with Visa. So once again, people, if you're a part of that thing with Monaco, I say go after them. They misled investors. Their offering documents, everything was wrong. Everything was off clearly. And once again, they're citing their legal and commercial concerns, which I'm pretty sure has to do with regulations and the regulatory environment right now. But still, you keep fighting. At this point, you're either all in or you're not. There isn't this tiptoe game. So if you're all in, you keep fighting, you go for it. That's my piece on it. I was not happy when I saw that, but I had to say something about it. And then, another big story. People, I coined this one the other day. I'm going to keep it. We have another blockchain stimulus package that just went through to the mainstream. Canadian startup Mogo has joined. This is an article, I believe, from CoinDesk as well, too. So make sure I'm saying where I get some of these from. Canadian startup Mogo has joined UK-based. We talked about this, the UK-based online PLC, and seeing its share price rocket from blockchain integration. Mogo said they put out a tweet basically or something saying they were going to provide Canadians with a secure and trusted way to own cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. That's what the price did, people. That's what the price did. And you remember, for us, 20% increase, it was like, all right, cool. It was a good, some people can't even say a good day. For some people, they're like, all right, that was a cool, hour, 30 minutes on my computer trading. But regardless, even if it's a day, it's a great day. If it's a week, great week. But you got to remember, for these, for traditional companies, when they get a 10%, 20%, whatever percent increase in their pricing in the market overnight or within hours, what happened with this, that is huge news for them. That's like us seeing Bitcoin go from 2,900 to 6,600 in a matter of 2 weeks or something, 3 weeks. So Huge news for that. But once again, the blockchain stimulus package is real, people. Start looking for companies to scam. Start looking for companies to start saying that as well when they're trying to push up those earnings at the end of their quarter. I mean, that's all I got to do. They come out saying we're looking into incorporating blockchain and Bitcoin technologies. Appreciate it, Korean. So yeah, I mean, I think that's something. Let me take a quick peek at these comments. You said buy and trade, buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Hey, for real, you could. You said, Crypto Q said, I knew they were never going to issue cards in the U.S. talking about Monaco. You know what? I thought the project was pretty early in general. I thought if they were going to issue any cards, it definitely wasn't going to happen this year, maybe next year, following year. But once again, the fact that they just dissolved that entire game plan, that is astounding to me. That is fraud. And I'm not going to lie, if I had invested with them and was holding long term, you better believe I'll be on the phone right now. Like, hey, either y'all gonna give me my money back quietly or I'm about to make some noise. So, but yeah. You said, Sumitra said the CEO was always a piece of work. Yeah, Crypto, you know that blockchain stimulus package is real. Yeah. So, okay. It's caught up with comments. So yeah, everything's good. I think that's all we have today. It's a great day in Bitcoin. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the price retrace a little bit the next few days as well. I think people might wait to the end of the week at least. You said it's only down 7.38%. What's that, Monaco, P-Man? Because I got a different number from this morning. Yeah, they said it was a different number. But if it is only down 7.3, oh, well, that's what I get for looking at mainstream news sites. You remember, to them, 7.38% is huge. But anyway, so for the free Bitcoin today, I had it written down as far as what we were doing, and I forgot. So we keep covering similar stuff because the price, everybody's talking about the price. It's good stuff. I don't know. Let's do something different. Let's see. If you were to make triple of your investment by the end of this year, all right. So yeah, Sumitra is saying it's down by 30%. That's what I saw. I saw it's down by 30-something% as well. You said 100% is nothing in crypto land. It's down by 100%. Is the company still in business? All right, keep buying. For the free crypto or for the free Bitcoin people, in quotes, I want you to put, if your initial, let's not even say 3. If your initial investment were to go up 10 times the amount you put in by the end of this year, what would you do with the money? What would you do with the extra money? Again, put that answer in quotes. You know how we are. It could be something serious. It could be funny. It could be anything. Just make sure it makes sense. Put a public address that works so we can send you that free Bitcoin, and we will go ahead and do that. Let me see. And one more thing about Tone Vays. All right. For those who watch Tone Vays, people, here's my thoughts. I haven't watched him a lot. And, I know Bitcoin's actually watches him a lot. I won't say a lot. He checks in on him. And I have heard he's like great at TA or whatever. However, I've seen some of his stuff, and the dude still has that traditional mindset that's just not going to work. I saw a video. He was talking about how come these new crypto hedge funds aren't mentioning, how much assets are under management. He was like, yeah, other funds, they'll put their $20 billion or $10 billion or $100 billion. So I've experienced in space. So I'll tell you this, people. The reason why crypto hedge funds aren't putting the amount of money they manage yet is because it isn't as high as a traditional investment bank or capital management firm, and there isn't going to be a competition with that in the short term. Yes, we do understand there's some people that have 20 billion assets under management, 100 billion, a trillion, whatever, 500 million, and he was kind of pointing out, well, why don't the crypto space have that? Because it's brand new, man. People are just starting. People are just getting licensing for these funds. Of course, you're not going to put, we're only managing 3 million right now, because it will look bad to institutional investors. They don't understand the big picture of we're just getting started. No one wants to build anything anymore. Everybody just wants to go there and it's already built. Like, all guys don't already have 500 billion. No, it's brand new. So it's statements like that from Tone Vays that kind of make me like, And then also it was like an article that came out on Medium a few weeks ago that said if you would have bet against Tone Vays crypto scam alerts, how much you would have made. And I think like 6 out of the 8 crypto scams he put out there would have made you a lot of money. Not just a little money. Like 6 of the 8 would have made you probably over what, $100,000 to $200,000 with $1,000 investment in each one. So basically like $6,000 could netted you almost like 100, 150K back if you went against what he said as far as the scale alert. Once again, I know his TA is good. I have heard the guy is a genius, so I'm not discrediting that. I'm just hoping he comes around a little bit when it comes to, I guess one of the comments somebody said about him was, you know, he's like the robot when it comes to TA. All he knows is like technical stuff. He doesn't understand people's emotions and how the market plays off of that. Once again, people, look at fundamental analysis as well as TA, because TA doesn't mean anything if somebody comes out and say, oh, so something got hacked today. Doesn't matter what your TA said. That price is going down. Let's see. Other than that, I'll read his last two comments before I get out of here, people. You said you have to admit the 100 bills on the guy. Oh. Yeah, exactly. That's why the P-Man band said you need to get a lot of different opinions, not just one. Exactly. That's what I was saying. We look at a lot of different people's stuff. We do our own in-house stuff. We have people who work with us who do stuff, and then we get all that information, try to figure it out. Bitcoin charts do crazy stuff sometimes. TA's out. I stay on. Exactly. Listen, I never go for my, like whenever I do like my small little bit of TA, I don't go past, depending on what it is and what I'm looking to do with my trades, I don't go past 3 to 6 months at the longest, because it keeps changing. So it's like, right now at Bitcoin's high of 6,600, yo, we can go off what's been happening when it hits the high, but we haven't been at this point before. So especially with CME now in Bloomberg, we don't know what's going to happen, people. So make sure you keep your eye on the ball. Good luck to you. Fill out that comment section after the video for the free Bitcoin. We'll make sure to send that to you. Public address. As always, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for watching. You can follow us at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We never actually update. Is it possible? I'll answer this last one for Bradley. Is it possible for Bitcoin to hit 3K? He said smash that, but yeah, I mean, listen, anything's possible. However, at the point we're at right now, I think the new floor is 53, 5,400. On a really bad day, 5,000. But I mean, once we pass 7,000, we're hitting another new floor after that. That floor is going to go up to 5,800. Yeah, 56 to 5,800. So psychological pressures, people, you got to understand the different numbers, what they mean. Right now, creeping up at 6,600. Once again, you don't know, but 6,800 is a psychological number for people, so we might not cross that day. But if we do cross it, expect a quick retracement, and then the next few days, I guess we will be seeing 7K early. I don't know. Hey, thanks for watching, people. You all have a great day. Take care.